Hey guys, how's it going? I'm having my morning, it's a green smoothie, and I just thought I would check in with everybody because, as you know, if you've been here on my personal page, you've been seeing me posting about different social or political issues, trying to stimulate conversation and dialogue. And in watching some of the comments and what a few people said, I thought it might be interesting, or I should say, I thought it was important that I should share the difference between the personality and the person. And so let me just do a quick dictionary check with you and share this with you so you understand the difference between a personality and a person, and what is it you identify with in the person that you're following online. And so first, personality. A personality, when I state that, I'm not talking about someone's actual personality. I'm speaking about a personality somewhere out in the public field, that you might know them as an artist, a performer, an actor, a lecturer, whatever the case may be. And so many of you became exposed to me and my work as a personality. Now, the personality side of me could be from the different sources of, television shows or radio shows, or maybe you found me on, the Science Channel, Discovery Channel, PBS, History Channel, whatever the case may be, or back in my Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS days. That is the personality. When I am doing the personality gig, right? It's no different than when anybody else is doing their job. Let's say your particular job is a roofer. When you're doing your roofing job, you're the roofer. When you go home, you're not the roofer anymore, you're the individual, right? And so in my personality gig, there might be several ways that you actually experience who I am. You could experience the historian personality. You could experience the science personality. Hey, Joe Fox, how's it going? You could experience somebody studying archaeology or anthropology. You could even experience the tech personality, or the patent personality. Those things that you're engaged to, and you start seeing that. I mean, you are engaging with on those topics. You are engaging with the personality, which means by default, they're topical. Okay? Meaning, as you saw me in that personality bit, hey, Craig, in that personality bit, if I am covering lost history or ancient history or forbidden history, you are engaging with the personality that engages in lost history, forbidden history, lost treasures, whatever the case may be, right? Hey, Mary, how you doing? So that is the personality. Now, if we set the personality aside, okay, and you wanted to engage with just that one topic, meaning all you wanted to engage with me about would be, say, lost treasures, forbidden cities, archaeological weirdism, whatever case may be, whatever category you want to put it in, then there are pages for that where we can talk about these things, just like you can find a page where I talk about being an author, writing books. How do you get started writing books? That's a topical page where we can talk about that topic. And that's how you engage with me in it. The other side is this right here, where we're kind of all engaging. This is me. This is me as a person. This is a me that every time I look at myself on camera, I think, here's what's going on in my head as I'm talking, right? So here I am. Hey, Shell. Hey, Simon, how you doing, right? So here I am on camera, right? And I'm talking with you, and I'm talking about a topic. Thanks, Lynn. But here's what I think to myself. Hey, Tori. I think to myself, fuck, man, look how pale I look. I need to get some damn sun. I go, oh God, my chin looks horrible. I'm losing weight, but man, look at my chin. I tell you that because that's the real me. I'm just like anyone else, real thoughts, real passions, real whatever. I'll share with you a few of my passions. I love gardening, right? I tell everybody I'm the nerd hiding out in a biker's body, right? But I love gardening and I love heirloom vegetables and I love bookbinding and I love collecting maps and I collect all kinds of stuff. Cliff says I need makeup, can get rid of that. Cliff, I'm actually a Mac C5. And if there's ladies out there that know the Mac stuff, I remember that from my TV days. I can't wear makeup anymore. Anyway, so there are very, very, very real parts to me. There's the dad part of my life. There's, I've got grandchildren. I've had stepchildren. There's me. And so here on this page is where the two kind of blend. You get part of me as the personality, where I might throw archaeology or lost cities. I just did a post about Viking genetics, which is incredibly interesting. And then there's me when I talk about things like this great nation of ours, that I'm worried about, us tearing ourselves apart. I'm worried about the clashes, and everybody watches news today. You can get totally terrified. And so I just wanted to draw that line for you and help you understand. On this page, what I try to do is be as authentic as possible. Hey, Lynn Marie, I don't want to, this is not Curse of Oak Island where I only talk about this and I said 2,000 words, but Prometheus cut it down to 20 words because they want to make you think a certain thing. That's not what this is. This is me. All extra chin, unshaven, right? You might notice, I try not to wear t-shirts. I have perpetually hard nipples. I know that's hard to talk about, but in my family, we laugh about it. Hey, Victoria, how you doing from across the pond? I have perpetually hard nipples. It's very embarrassing. It's why I try to stay away from, doing t-shirts, right? I should keep banners up to hide them, but you would think I'm a teenager in cold, right? In cold weather, but this is where you get the real me. This is me, right? You're going to meet me one day and you'll see me on t-shirt and you're like, shit, his nipples are hard. I don't know what it is, but this is me. And so here I try to be very authentic. And part of that authenticity is I'm a first generation American. I love America. I do believe we have to think about our country first before we think about the world. And I deal in the world, all around the world. I know, Daryl, too much information, but you know what? Now you're going to stare at my shirts all the time. It's horrible. I don't know what it is. It's horrible. I'm sorry. But you're right. It's, I love our country, right? And I love what's going on globally and the fact that I see peace agreements and stuff coming. And if you peek in on my life, you find I do very interesting things, right? And thank you, Bonnie. Bonnie, I tagged you on that article about Vikings. Thank you. And so this is just, you're right, Cliff. It can't go unseen. Isn't that horrible? I'm not to the bitch tits yet. I still have a man chest, but God forbid I get to bitch tits as I get older. Anyway, this is me. And so here's what I would say. I don't care as a person, as me as an individual. I do not care if you're gay or you're straight or you're black, purple, brown, green. I don't even care what political party you're in. I just care about, are you a good person? Are you interested in dialoguing about the world? Are you interested in finding about cool things or whatever? I'm not here to convince anything. Joe is looking at my eyes. Guess it's better than looking at the back of my head. Anyway, it's just about connecting, and I'm not going to judge people on that, right? At all. We are, and I think predominantly people don't care which religion you belong to or what you do in your private lives or whatever. They just want to connect with good people and share good information and create good, solid, bonded friendships this way, the digital way. And so with this page comes me, and I'm sharing it with me. And you can be, and you know I'm conservative, can't hide that, but you can be a flaming liberal, and we can still be great friends. I have them all in my life, right? We don't have to cut off people for having different beliefs than us. But the one thing I do draw my line at, I do draw my line at horrible bashing, right? And I do draw my line at hating America. I draw my line at hating America and hating Israel. And here's why. This thing called the internet, and why we can share this, and why we can open our world, and why even if you can't afford an education, you can get a master's degree, because all that information is out there on the internet absolutely free. It's free now, and that is because of the internet, and that is 100% an American invention. It's America working right and bringing something to the world. And so I can't tolerate America bashing. I believe it's poison, and I believe it is basically not being true if you bash America, but yet you want to enjoy stuff like this. You want to enjoy the internet and connectivity and freedom and whatever, right? Go find the socialist Zuckerberg for me, or the communist Zuckerberg for me, or the Marxist Zuckerberg for me, or the third world country Zuckerberg. They don't go there, but yet our kids are being taught to hate America. But at the same time, I'm an influencer. I want to be a star. I want to build a big business, be a billionaire. That doesn't happen in those societies. And that's why our country is the country that people break into. They break into. Hey, Julia, how you doing? Nice to see you too. And that should tell you that we have something going on really good here. So I draw my line at that. I do draw my line at hating on police. You saw one dialogue, somebody saying all police are mentally ill and whatever. You're right, Shell. It makes no sense in bashing all this stuff. And so I will draw my line. So you saw a kind of a dialogue going on over the last few days on my one main page. And I literally only blocked one person that was a true troll, just stirring shit up. But I blocked one person that I had been friends with on Facebook for years. And my drawing the line and being blocked over that is, thank you, Felicia, for that, is because I could understand her beliefs, and I can understand her hate this, hate that, hate this, hate that, hate this, hate that. But there's, you can even be an attractive person but have deep ugliness inside. But when it started posting stuff about the president's son and just all this nasty stuff, that's where I draw my line. And even if you can go back and look at my page, you will never find any of that stuff about the other administration or whatever. It's because I don't bash it, and you don't have to bash it to make a point. And I respect the office, right? I would still totally shake President Obama's hand. I wouldn't, it is what it is for the office. And that's a hell of an achievement. And when we think of how many people in history have held that office, it's very few. And so, Simon, I appreciate you, brother, as a police officer. I have changed my life because of this. When I see our men and women serving our country, whether it be military, paramedics, police, or whatever the case may be, I go up, stick my hand out, and say, just thank you for your service. Why? Because the media is teaching our children to hate you. And it's designed to be destroyed. Craig, you're right. We are being destroyed from within, which is the only way you can destroy a great nation like ours, my friend, is from within, right? And you're watching it play. This is a very interesting time in history. You are watching how technology has taken over the minds of young people and other people and divided us. And I was just having a discussion. You saw one discussion I was having on my page of somebody said that everybody donned the police uniform as being mentally ill. And if you watch that whole dialogue going through, I eventually said, well, you can't say 100%. And they said, no, 100%. I put it down to her town. And her town was 105 police. I said, they can't be 100%, right? And you have to appreciate what they are. So you can't lay a label. And as we came about talking the label, right? Come to find out this particular individual is a transvestite. I could care less about that, right? And I said, think of the irony of this. Most people could look at what you're dressing up and flamboyant and whatever and say, oh, that person's weird, mentally ill, just because of how you look. And you're saying the same thing about police officers. So you can't erase what you feel oppresses you by doing exactly what you're saying you're oppressed with. That would be like, say, I don't want anybody to have guns at all. Guns are dangerous, so I'm gonna take my gun and I'm gonna shoot them all. See how the system's divided us? And that's where this stuff has gone along. And these factions that watch this, a lot of it international, sit back going, we don't have to fire a missile. We don't have to do anything. Look at them tearing themselves apart. Look how easy it is to manipulate their brains and make them burn down cities or do this. Look how easy it is to get the cops in trouble. Put the people here, train the people to do this. The cops will do, will retaliate. And then it's all about the cops, not about the instigators. And so that's why lately here, I've been posting certain things because I'm trying to open people's eyes that look. If America wasn't great, and if America wasn't always great, we would not be the nation that the world attempts to emulate. That's common sense. If our nation wasn't great, and has always been great, we wouldn't give $750 million a year to the Palestinian cause. The reason I tell you that is because 50% of that $750 million budget given to the Palestinian Authority by us as Americans, 50% of that money is their budget to pay Palestinians for life. If you're willing to kill an American or a Jew, you actually earn $2,000 a month. It's about 700 times their national average of income. They'll pay you with our own money. Think about that. And so if America wasn't great, why do we help every country on the planet? Why does everybody come to us? Why do they want to break into us? And this is where we forget things. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to, you know what? We're humans first. And either we have the human instinct to want to get along, to want to work with each other, to want to figure it out, which I feel predominantly we have, or you're something else. And that something else is always comes with a hyphen. You are this hyphen American, this hyphen American. We've been divided by hyphens. One little punctuation point has changed everything. And we have forgot we're human. And so on my page here, I'm sorry, but this is where you get the human part of me. Pointy nipples and all. Now look at that. I can't help it. When I get worked up, I sweat. Look at that. My chest sweat. Right? We're the same. And Victoria, don't look at my blue shirt. Anyway, we're the same. Victoria's across the pond, right? Whole different country, but we are all the same. And that was my message is, I truly think you could even consider yourself Antifa, as bad as I think that is. But we could still sit down and have lunch, and I think I could share some things with you that might ease some of your pain a bit about hating your country, and you might share things with me, but we could still do it, right? We could still do it. I don't recognize my country anymore. Yeah, we have to go back to our school system. Our school system's totally wanked totally wanked. It's upside down. Not because of people per se, but because of what we're teaching. And we're teaching to be divided within. So I just wanted to share that with you. Please accept the difference here in this page between the personality you might have met on TV and the person. And I'll close on Daryl's point forward. If the USA was so systematically racist, how did we ever elect a black president? Here's a bit of history. Who was our very first black president? Most people will say Barack Obama. Barack Obama was biracial, right? White mother, black father. Who was our first black president? They'll say Bill Clinton. Our first black president who had a white father and black mother, black heritage mother, was Dwight G. Eisenhower. Most people don't know that. It was taboo to be talking about then. Decorated war hero in general and was right for the country at the right time. Think about that. Yeah, Paul, I've seen Canada is getting pretty wild and divided up there. I think we're all kind of go this. I think we're all going through growing pains as countries, as systems. Everything's changing. This is probably one of the most volatile, thank you, Rob, one of the most volatile times in history. You're watching more history happen in a short window than any other time in history. So on Craig's words, keep strong, mate. Everybody keep strong. I accept you how you are. I only want people to debate, because if you debate and you be nice, that's why in the groups I don't allow cussing or name calling, because you can't learn. You can be who you are. You can be passionate about what you are. You can be passionate about your beliefs. But the only way people can hear is to share politely. All these rioters or whatever, scream, 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 hate, 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 nobody listens. On the same side, people yelling at rioters, scream, 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 hate, 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 nobody listens. And that's what the system wants. If we keep on hating, if we keep on calling names, nobody listens. Because here's what happens. If each side started listening and slowed down, no hate, no cuss words, no Molotov cocktails, no breaking, and all of a sudden we sat and talked, you know what happens? We can find common ground, and then we're unified, and we can never be defeated. Therefore, the goal is to divide. Anyway, that's what's happening in the system. I just want to let you know there's a difference between the man, right? You're right. Food. People should get together over food. Okay? Anyway, everybody take care. I just wanted to set that up. So we continue to have the debates on my page. You will see things that are political as we're in a political season. I do it to share, to ask you to do research and compare. There you go. Come together and find solutions. Everybody take care. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for accepting me as the personality, the sweating fat guy, middle-aged with hard nipples in his blue shirt. Try not to look at my nipples going forward. Try to look me in the eyes. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.